Something we all love to discuss, but it is important: how to manage your parents' or grandparents' life, death, and long-term care. So here to help us out with some advice is attorney Deja Glover from Elderly Care Law Firm. Thank you for being here.
Hello, thank you.
It's a tough topic, right? But it
is.
certainly is an important one. So I just want to start with, why does every adult need an estate plan?
Yes, every adult needs an estate plan because life is so unexpected. One of the biggest misconceptions is that, well, I don't need an estate plan, or I don't have enough for an estate plan. But realistically, your estate, it plans for your assets, your life, and your loss, right?
Yeah.
Without an estate plan, the Florida law can make that decision for you.
Oh, so you want to be the one in charge of
Exactly.
that. Absolutely. The biggest estate planning mistakes that you're seeing, what is being made by people?
Yeah, so one of the biggest mistakes is waiting too long, okay? Everyone thinks they have enough time. But then here goes the unexpected illness or the emergency, and now everyone is scurrying, right? Another mistake that I see is thinking that a will is enough, right? That actually walks you directly into probate court. That involves delays, expenses, unnecessary stress for your family. So all of these things you can get ahead of.
Okay, so a will is not enough.
It's not enough.
Okay, that's very interesting. So what happens then if someone becomes incapacitated tomorrow?
Yes. So without a plan, if you were to become incapacitated tomorrow, you may have to seek the court's approval just to take care of your finances or your medical health, right? But documents like a power of attorney or a healthcare surrogate will allow those that you trust to step right in when the emergencies occur. Okay,
that's very good to know. And then how do you protect your home from probate?
So there are a few tools, right? And of course, it depends on your circumstance. One of my favorite is a revocable trust. So it allows the home to pass without permission from the court. And then also a ladybird deed. It does the same thing. The property will transfer automatically to your loved ones without having to seek the court's approval.
Okay, very good. And this is something that you can walk everyone through and really get them understanding what it is that they need for themselves.
Of course.
Okay,
yes.
Wonderful. How do Medicaid planning, how does that Medicaid planning save a family's life savings?
Yeah, so today, long-term care nursing home can cost at least $10,000 a month, right? And many families believe that they have to spend all of their money just to qualify for Medicaid, but that is not always the case, right? With proper planning, you can preserve your assets and your incomes while still qualifying, but the key is to plan ahead of the emergency to optimize that.
Yeah, this feels very overwhelming, right?
Yes.
You're talking about something you don't want to, and it just feels like there's a lot to know. Is there a good opportunity, or is that something I could sit down with you and we could have this conversation of me personally and what I have, and you can help me with that?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. We do free consultations, so you never know what you need until you have that conversation. And like you mentioned, we don't like to think about it, but we have to plan for it because we have family members that will step in for you, right?
And it's better to be prepared for something rather than push it down the road.
Exactly.
Yeah. If somebody watching today, if you could give them advice to just do one thing today or this week to get closer to having this estate plan, what is one thing that you would tell someone to do?
I would say the first thing is to really sit down and think about who you can trust. Decide who your decision makers will be. We don't know when we'll get in an accident. We don't know when we'll pass, but we do know who we can trust in this very moment. That is going to be the first step to planning.
And then that would be the person that kind of you would put in charge of your estate.
Yes, your trust, your power of attorney, your healthcare surrogate, all of those things.
Do you have advice on how to pick that person? Is it simply just someone you trust the most?
I would say someone that's near you, right? Someone that you are open with sharing details about your health or your affairs, like your assets, banks, investments. Someone that you can truly depend on in time of need.
Okay, that's great advice. Something that we can all think about, and we can make sure that we head into this process prepared. Well, thank you so much for being here, and it's really great advice. Again, if you want to learn more, you can call 813-736-1417, or you can visit elderlycarelawfirm.com.